It's 1:35 a.m., November the 18th, 2024, and my feet hurt. Actually, my left foot feels really good, but my right foot, I sprained something in my foot this summer while I was exercising, and I thought that it had healed completely, and it definitely has not. Today was the first time I wore a boot with a heel in well over a year. I remember a time in my life where that would be completely unheard of. I would probably have laughed at the idea that I could go over a year without wearing a heel. But before I knew it, the whole summer was flip-flops. And then I just recently transitioned back to sneakers because of the fall, and of course because I needed to go to the gym. And I was like, okay. And then I bought these boots, and they're cute. I got a couple compliments on them and everything too. Everybody was like, okay, where you going? I said, girl, nowhere. I'm just out. Like, ain't no future in your front. No, I'm just out, girl. Literally, I'm out. I'm getting fresh air. I'm just like, I'm trying to heal through some shit. And she looked at me like, that's some real shit. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And I know a lot of people can feel me on that, So anyway, but yeah, it took about an hour to get them off of my feet. And now that they're off of my feet, the balls of my feet are burning, like, seriously. And so it's something I'm going to have to get used to again because I'm not going to give up a heel. I mean, hello, come on. So I looked at some of the footage regarding the, like my little, my quick little run through the mall the other day. And I was like, I kind of think I want to keep doing that. That was really therapeutic for me. And on top of that, it'll help me to stay abreast of, help me to stay abreast as far as what is in style, what's in season. But I don't really like to do malls. And I think everybody who is a boutique shopper knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't really care for malls and things because, like the clothes are not exactly like unique, and anybody and everybody there's no telling who you might see have your shit on, right? And so I was like, you know what, why don't you just do this? Just get back into your magazine life, get back into what the designers are putting out every season. Get back into the fashion weeks so that you could see what's going on, so you could just kind of like really, just get reacquainted with fashion. Because some of the pieces that I found the other day, they were so day to day and casual. And I was like, Lord, I would have to do a lot of things to like spruce all of this stuff up, And so I was like, okay, to really just to like meet my own taste level. Because to really be honest, no one has really seen me look the way that I like to look, to be honest, for a long time, because I've been struggling for so long trying to get out of this bullshit, So, and the last thing you're really thinking about is, oh, what am I going to wear today? How am I going to wear my hair today? Like, that's the last motherfucking thing you're thinking about when you have to go through the things that I'm going through. You just want to be warm. You want to be clean. You want to make sure that things are comfortable for you so that you're not, running around here tugging on your clothes and shit like that, because it's a distraction from what you're trying to do, which is to rebuild your life, which is the reason why I have the braids and the reason why I'm always wearing those damn crazy looking sneakers and shit like that, because it's like my mind is really not on that right now. It's on trying to rebuild my life, and I'm facing so many blockages as I'm trying to do that, that it's just kind of like it's taking a toll on my appearance for sure, and that's something that I've never really had to go through, You know, I really I can admit that I've never really had to go through that. But it happens, and, you know, we have to cope and move forward on some copacetic shit. Okay. So, that's all I really wanted to say. I just kind of wanted to, you know, chat for a minute. I got a chance to upload some stuff today. I'm looking forward to gaining more clarity on what I need to be doing with my journey, because it looks like every time I'm doing something online, there's always somebody, you know, trying to say, you know, like, oh, that's trash, or oh, I don't like that, or oh, whatever. You know, it's just like, I'm not really here to entertain anybody, to be honest. I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing what makes me happy, you know. And right now, I think I deserve that. I deserve to seek out things that make me happy, you know. So I'm probably going to be visiting some museums in December, because I celebrate my birthday all month. You know, I celebrate my birthday all month. I do little things for myself all month long. You know, I rarely get myself like gifts and things like that, you know. Well, I won't say rarely, but since I've been going through what I've been going through, I don't get myself gifts like that. But because I really just can't afford it, to be honest. But what I am going to do is what I would usually do, which is do things that really make me happy, like going to the oyster bar and having several glasses of champagne and looking at the water and watching the ferries go by and watching the children fly their kites and stuff like that on the pier, you know, things like that. Those are things that I like to do. Going out to, you know, hang out at the yacht club and, you know, go out and learn how to play golf and, you know, shit like that. So things like that will be happening during December. I'll make sure I keep you guys posted. I'm probably the poorest rich girl mentality having ass person you will ever see. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they're like, how do you think like this? How are you even attracted to things like this? You ain't even got no money. And I'm like, I understand that, but I can't help the things that I'm attracted to. And I also, a majority of my life has been spent around luxury. And so, you know, and my mother was also like that as well. She had very expensive taste, you know, and she also was very creative, very imaginative, you know. So she knew how to create things and make things. If she couldn't buy it, she figured out how to make it. And so for me, I'm the same way. It's just I get it honest. It's very natural for me. Excuse my voice. But yeah. So that's that on that. But I'm looking forward to December getting here so that I can properly plan some things. But that's what I want to do for myself and have some good times and have a couple picnics. If I could have a picnic or two with my babies, that'd be nice. I feel kind of detached from my children right now, and that is making me extremely sad. Um, like literally, I'm not gonna lie. Like it's heavily affecting me, and it's not like, say if somebody was doing it intentionally, they would be doing it to hurt me and or make me angry, and they would get both and then some in reality, because those are my children and I live for them. And to be honest, it's quite difficult to navigate this time in my life without my children, because we've been a team for so long. And what I'm dealing with is people who are trying to take my children away from me and influence them against me. And people are trying to throw me away, basically. And I think that they're trying to convince my children that, you know, that is, that they should feel the same way or something. I don't know. So today, I took a ride, chilled out a little bit, conversed with some random strangers like I usually do, and figured out what it was that I really needed to focus on. And sometimes it really is something as simple as hopping on a bus and just riding the bus and just no responsibility, no worries. You're not driving, just hop on the bus and just ride the bus to the end of the line and back and think and reflect. What is it that you really want out of the experiences that you're having? What has happened, what is happening, and what do you want to happen in the future? What tools do you already have in your toolbox? And then, what tools do you need in order for you to get to where you're trying to get to? So laying the foundation for me that's not hard at all. But to do this in the way that I have to do it now, because so many people want to steal shit from me, that's what I'm going through. That's what I'm dealing with. And I'm not willing to hand over my businesses to anyone. I'm not willing to do that. And that's going to be an issue with some people, which is why I choose to be, in my own lane, neutral, literally in my own lane, and so, because I'm like, I'm not going to be willing to do that. I've worked too hard and I've sacrificed too much, and I've been knocked down too many times without me even worrying about it. I'm back up in a snap of a finger. I'm up, so it's like, all right, that happened, but like, this is the longest I've ever been down in my life. And to be honest, up until just recently, I feel like I have been handling it quite well, you know. But when you have people that are consistently picking at you and picking at you because they need a reaction, I can see where what is happening with me right now is honestly a natural progression. Like, this is natural what's happening. It's like considering what's happening and what I'm going through every single day, what circumstances I'm forced to live under. It's kind of like, girl, they talk about crashing out and all that type of stuff. It's like, shit, that would have been happened with a lot of people. This has been going on for years. This is not a new situation. I have been tolerating and coping and pushing through and fighting, persevering for years. And the results that I do get stolen or ruined. I was talking about my photography portfolio today, and I had told someone, I said, oh, I used to be a junior creative at a globally recognized advertising agency out in San Francisco. And my thing was, I wanted to design ads. I wanted to be one of the people who made the decisions on what the ads were going to look like, what concept we were going to use. I wanted to put the teams together. I wanted to be a creative director. But they were only hiring for junior creatives, and I took the job and I needed it. And it was a good job. It really was. I truly enjoyed my job. And I learned a lot from some of the senior creatives there, because they had been around the world, designing advertisements for major companies. I'm talking like Microsoft. And as a matter of fact, I remember working on the vitamin water campaign when 50 was endorsing, or when he was on the cover of it. That was my first campaign, and I remember, and I was like, wow, I get a chance to work on these advertisements, and pushing vitamin water, and it's like 50 Cent, like he's still a big deal even today, you know what I'm saying? But back then it was like really, you know what I'm saying? Like we was all, in the club, like for real, we was all in the club. So it was really popping back then. So it was a thing, for me to be like early 20s, working in advertising, working on these major campaigns. It was nice. It was a good time. I write about that in my book, actually. That's what I'm talking about. All this fucked up shit that's going on with me. Like I don't really want to reference this stuff. I want to talk about the times that were good for me and the things that did work for me, because a lot of things have worked in my favor. You know what I mean? Everything didn't happen, in a bad way. You get what I'm saying? Like everything wasn't like, I wasn't like sliding on everything. My life hasn't been like, you get my point, what I'm trying to say. Like there have been really good times. And I want to reflect on those things, and I want to welcome that energy back into my life so that I can prosper. I deserve to prosper. I deserve that. And I never really used to say those things because my mother used to, she raised me like, oh, you be humble, baby. You don't want to, you don't want to put too much of that energy out there. People, it attracts the wrong kind of people and this and that, and she was the sweetest mom. Oh my God, I love my mom. Like, I love the mom she was when she was raising me, for sure. We'll just say that, but she was the sweetest thing, and I got that from her, but she could also be stern, and she could also be that other kind of mama that was like, girl, I will whoop your motherfucking ass out here. You better sit your ass down and stop playing with me. She was also that mother, I got a little bit of that too. But I think every mother does. I was watching in the store the other day. I'll probably tell that story another time. I was in the store the other day and I saw a lady and she was, chastising her child. Like, you can do that shit in here if you want to. You go ahead if you want to and see what happened. So like, it's a white lady. I was like, how you get your eyes get big, you kind of move to the side a little bit, like, let me all mind my business. But I heard that one, she had it up to here with the shit, like, get your ass over here now. What you got going on? Because them kids will drive your ass crazy when they're at certain ages, You got to be mindful and watchful. And you also have to, know how to manage your own emotions, because it's hard. It's really difficult, raising children. It's rewarding though, but it's difficult. You got to realize you're teaching another human being how to be a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is tough. You got to teach them everything. That's why when I talk to new moms and they're stressed out or overwhelmed, I always tell them, like, no, give yourself grace, because you got to realize you're literally teaching a human being how to be a human being. They come into this world not knowing anything about how to walk or talk or grasp things with their fingers, or, like, you got to teach them everything. And then once they learn all the little motory skills and everything and how to speak properly, then you got to make sure you teaching them the right way to do other things. This is how you do this, and this is how you use the restroom, and this is what you do at the restroom or in the restroom. This is how you make friends, and this is how you speak to people, and mannerisms and stuff. That shit takes a lot. As rewarding as it can be highly stressful to someone who is, number one, there's only one person there when there should be two. And number two, if you're in a stressful environment at work, or if you're in a stressful environment at school, or whatever your lifestyle is, it'll bring you peace to teach your child and love your child and watch them grow as they implement the things that you've taught them. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. So rewarding in itself. But if you are stressed out, it can get a little like, okay, mommy taught you how to open that already. So why do you want me to do it? Or when they go through that phase where they call out mom 50,000 motherfucking times, and you sitting right there and you keep saying, yes, what do you need, baby? Yes, what is it? What is going on? Because they just enjoy saying mom. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or you come in the kitchen, and they in the refrigerator, and they done pulled everything out the damn refrigerator, sitting on the goddamn floor with, some goddamn Cheerios and a bucket of ice cream or some shit and some Cheetos or something that they done just mixed together. And you like, what are you doing? Like, I have to be at work at 5 a.m. What are you doing? So it can be very stressful is what I'm saying. But baby, when I tell you, I really enjoyed those years with my kids. I enjoyed being their mom. Man, they were good kids. I got lucky, I used to say. I'm like, I got lucky. They're good kids. But once they got to be teenagers, shit started changing. They're still very good kids, though, but I feel like this is the wrong time for me to be separate from them, because they need guidance. In fact, we all need guidance, and I think that me not being in their lives right now it's a mistake. I feel like it's a problem. It's not supposed to be that way. And so I'm trying to do the best that I can do to keep myself balanced, and it's not 100% working all the time. I got up last night, I think between 11 and 3 a.m. I can't remember what time it was or whatever. But I had gotten up last night, and it was something that came over me, and I was like, I'm not allowing the devil to take another motherfucking thing from me and my family. This is it. I want my shit. I want my family. I want my goddamn abundance, and I'm claiming it, and nobody's going to take shit else from me. I want my answers, my clarity. I went off last night, you guys. I went off because I was like, I'm tired of going through this shit. And I've been calm enough. I've been cooperative enough. And I'm tired of people taking advantage of that. Okay, so I went off last night and then took my ass back to sleep. And had the nerve to have slept really good too, believe it or not. But yeah, I got upset yesterday because I was just like, I'm tired of this now. And people are taking full advantage of the fact that they think that I'm so naive that I don't see the bullshit that they're doing. and how everybody is, targeting me and getting over in their own little way. I'm not finna go through all that. We're not doing none of that. That's out. So we have to move forward in a way that's fair for everybody. And my family has suffered tremendously because of the things that have gone on behind the scenes. And I just don't feel like I should have to give up any more of myself or whatever else is going on in order to get any results. I should be able to get results and see and enjoy those damn enjoy those damn results while I'm trying to build and establish a foundation. So I'm like, no, something's not right. There's no reason I should be going through what I'm going through to this extent. And you have to realize, just to move on from the advertising stories and the kids and all that good stuff, but you have to acknowledge the fact that there are people out there, there are spirits out there that really want to destroy you, and they do not want to see you prosper in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You have imposters out there that want to act like they want to see you win and they don't. They're trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really want to be around that. I'd rather just be a loner. I don't want to be around all that. And I realized that, and I'm like, no, you got to realize sometimes you're waiting on God, and sometimes you're just allowing your circumstances to run you. You can't allow anybody and just everybody to determine what's going to happen within your circumstance, within your life. You have to make sure that you make the decision that you need to make so that you can get the best results out of your life. You can't just allow people to just dictate what the fuck is going on in your shit. That's your shit. So that's what I'm going through right now. It's like, okay, determining, the difference between, God's purpose, God's alignment, and, niggas that just don't want to see you win. And that's why you've been waiting for so long. That's why you keep going through this and this and this. Oh, it's just a test. It's a test. It's a trial. It's a trial. Yeah, but it could also be some motherfuckers who just don't want to see your ass win. So you got to know the difference. When it's like, okay, you know what? I see that this is hate. This is hate. This is jealousy. This is, you got to one up somebody and all that. And I don't live like that or think like that. That's not my mentality. I've never been like that. I don't know why. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know. But I've just never been like that. I never felt like I needed to compete with anybody for anything. Because everything that I've always wanted for myself, it wasn't the same thing that everybody else wanted for themselves. They didn't start wanting the things that I wanted until I started wanting them. They wanted something completely different for themselves until they start seeing what the fuck I was doing. Now, all of a sudden, now you want to do what I'm doing. You want what I want now. You get what I'm saying? So you want to go where I want to go. I wanted to go to this country. Now you hurrying up and going to the country. I wanted this type of car. Now you make sure you buy the car first. I'm trying to do this. I like this type of color this season. Now all of a sudden your whole goddamn closet, you cleaning out your closet so you can make room to go shopping for the season. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you see that I'm going through things and I'm not able to make my dreams come true. So I'm over here like, let me just put it on a vision board. Let me just write it in a little notebook. Let me just put the little money to the side because I'm going to get there one day. And you slip up and tell somebody who's supposedly your friend, next thing you know, they on vacation out there exactly where you was trying to go. That's the type of energy that I'm talking about. And that's what I'm facing right now as a grown woman. And I don't want that. That's why I don't have those friends anymore. That's why I don't deal with those family members anymore. I don't need to compete with you. I'm in a completely different lane than everybody else that tries to compete with me or tries to flex on me in any kind of way. I love and appreciate people